Most people today can't concentrate for longer than the time it takes a notification to light up their screen. We scroll and scroll all day long nowadays and then complain we can't focus, as if focus were something we were born with instead of something we train. Concentration is a craft, it's not a personality trait, and it's discipline. You can be a witch, a programmer, a student, a parent, doesn't matter. Because if your mind scatters, everything scatters with it. In old occult teachings, focus was considered sacred. The magician's first test wasn't summoning spirits, it was learning how to hold a single thought without letting the mind wander. They used to say, the world obeys the focused will. Energy follows attention. If your attention is fragmented, your energy is too. But once you learn to gather your mind, even simple things start to move differently around you. When I first began practicing, I thought concentration meant forcing my brain to stay still. My mind would start running in circles about bills. I don't know what merge request at work, or something someone said hours ago. Then one day I realized focus wasn't about force. You can't trap your mind. You have to teach it how to behave. One of the simplest ways to start is by lighting a candle and just looking at the flame. That's it. You sit down, spine straight, breathe quietly, and watch. Within 30 seconds, your mind is already saying random things. That chatter is exactly what's controlling your life without you noticing. So you keep bringing your attention back to the flame. That's how you train your mind time and time again to behave the way you want it. What happens is that the mind slowly learns who's in charge. After a while, the flame and your breath start moving together. Your awareness becomes one line instead of scattered stuff. This is the foundation of all mental magic. You learn to hold stillness, and from stillness comes power. Try it for a week, maybe just 5 minutes a day. You'll notice changes that seem small but are huge in effect. Your reactions slow down, conversations feel clearer. It's as if your inner space cleans itself. Another simple but powerful practice involves breathing. Sit anywhere, close your eyes if you can, and follow your breath. Feel it entering through the nose, traveling down to your stomach, and leaving slowly through your mouth. Imagine your attention moving with it. When your mind drifts, and it will, you bring it back to that movement. You'll realize that the act of breathing itself starts feeling different. The more you do it, the more you notice that your thoughts begin to take the rhythm of your breath. They slow down. Soon you don't have to fight to focus. Your whole system becomes tuned. Breath is the controller of the mind. Control it, and you control the rhythm of attention. I've done this while commuting, while washing dishes, even in long, boring meetings. Now, once you start noticing that your focus lasts longer, you can try something that sounds easy but is actually the hardest. Thinking one thought only. Pick something simple like, I am here, or even a single word like peace or calm. Repeat it in your head and hold it there. At first, your mind will fight you. It will throw random ideas, memories, and emotions at you to see if you'll chase them. Don't. Just keep the thoughts steady. After a few minutes, a strange thing happens. Silence appears. You'll feel a quiet pressure in your forehead, almost like focus has weight. That's when you're truly concentrating. That one pointed attention is what fuels both manifestation and creativity. You can use this in daily life too. When you're talking to someone, really be there. When you're reading, don't skip, read like each word matters. When you eat, don't scroll through your phone. That's also concentration practice, disguised as ordinary living. Every time you fully inhabit a moment, you sharpen your inner blade. There's another layer to this training that involves space itself. Sit quietly and become aware of your surroundings. Feel that there's an invisible boundary, your own space, extending slightly around you. For a few minutes, keep your awareness inside that boundary. Every time your thoughts start wandering to something else, work, people, random plans, bring them back inside. It feels like building a little energetic circle around yourself. This teaches something essential. Your attention has edges. Most people let their attention leak everywhere. They think about next week while cooking, replay old arguments while driving. This exercise trains containment. It makes you feel whole again. After a while, you'll notice that people can feel it too. You walk into a room and you feel there. That's presence, the natural consequence of trained focus. And the last layer is practicing sustained attention in real situations. Choose a task: writing, cleaning, drawing, coding, cooking, and decide that for the next 30 minutes, this is the only thing that exists. No distractions, no multitasking. If your mind drifts, you simply come back. At first, you'll want to check your phone, take breaks, jump around. But over time, you enter a flow where hours pass and you're still sharp. That's long-form concentration, what old mystics described as gathering time into a single line. When you give something full attention, it becomes vivid. Even chopping vegetables feels sacred. All of these small practices feed one another. Watching the flame teaches stillness. Following the breath teaches rhythm. Holding one thought teaches will. Staying in your space teaches boundaries. And doing one thing fully teaches endurance. Together they rebuild what the modern world has stolen from most people, which is the ability to direct awareness like a laser into one direction. When I started doing this regularly, I noticed odd side effects. I'd find myself remembering tiny details from days ago where I left an object, what someone actually said rather than what I thought they said. My dreams became more vivid. I'd sense what people were about to say before they said it. Nothing mystical about it. My perception just stopped being diluted. The esoteric way of putting it is that your attention becomes magnetic. You'll also start to notice that when you really focus, emotions calm down by themselves. Anxiety can't survive when attention is steady. It's like water settling after you stop stirring it. And when your emotions calm, your decisions improve. You no longer move from impulse but from clarity. There's a funny paradox here. The more disciplined your attention becomes, the more freedom you feel. You stop being dragged by endless urges and interruptions. You get to choose where your energy goes. You realize that most of what felt overwhelming was never external. It was scattered attention amplifying noise. Once you gather it, the world becomes quieter. There's an old saying from a Hermetic text: "He who can hold one image unchanged for the space of a minute is already a magician." They meant that once you can hold an image, a thought, or an emotion steady, you're no longer at the mercy of chaos. You can build, direct, or dissolve energy at will. Concentration isn't glamorous. It's repetitive, quiet work. With time, this kind of focus transforms everything. Creativity deepens because ideas finally have room to land. Relationships improve because you're fully there instead of half present. Even your sense of self sharpens. You stop confusing yourself with passing moods. And when you do any spiritual or magical practice, the results multiply. You're no longer scattering energy, you're directing it like a laser. Your intentions feel heavier, more real, because they carry concentrated awareness behind them. One day, you'll notice you're no longer forcing focus. It's just there. You wake up and your mind feels clear, spacious. You move through the day without noise eating your energy. You start a task and finish it with calm precision. That's when you realize that what the old teachers called discipline was never about rules. It was about freedom from inner chaos.